Here's your words. Here's your words.
I was murdered.
You were murdered. Okay, you obviously weren't murdered because you're alive and you're basically intact. You weren't murdered.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. I know Tucker Carlson. I like Tucker Carlson. He was my boss at one point. He's only ever been good to us on this program. I've learned a lot from him, actually. And, along with millions and millions of Americans who really revere the guy. And so let me tell you something that you already know about Tucker is that he uses colorful language and he's very energetic and he feels the world in big, bright colors, right? And so that's like the drama of Tucker is what makes him so entertaining, quite frankly. And there's a lot of drama around Tucker just like all the time because that's the kind of person that he is. And he attracts that. And it's always been like that. You can go back, all the way back to the days when you had shows on CNN or ABC or NBC or MSNBC. I mean, there was a time when Tucker Carlson was live on MSNBC, And so these are just, it is what it is. These are kinetic personalities that we're dealing with. And I say all that to say this, it just might color this story a bit, okay? Because yesterday we covered that Tucker Carlson had been detained by the nation of Israel at a border checkpoint, effectively. So here's what happened. Tucker Carlson flew into Israel to do an interview with Mike Huckabee. Mike Huckabee is a guy who I don't believe deserves to be the U.S. ambassador to Israel. The reason why is that he met with a known spy who stole millions of documents from America and American intel sources, and then handed those documents over to Israel. He got put in prison here in America. As soon as he got out, he was flown, I think on Bibi Netanyahu's private jet, over to Israel, was given a hero's welcome. It's totally evil what the guy did. Anyway, Mike Huckabee hosted him at the U.S. Embassy. That's wrong. Some of the ways that Christians have been treated in Israel is wrong, right? It's immoral. And Tucker Carlson went there to do an interview with Mike Huckabee. I think the interview drops tomorrow. That's what I've heard. Anyway, here's a photo of Tucker Carlson with his business partner, Neil Patel, in Israel. They're at the airport. You can see that they're at the airport here, the fencing and so on. And all the reports say that they didn't really leave the airport. They did the interview there and then left. But upon leaving, Tucker Carlson called the Daily Mail, according to this report, and said, they detained me. They took my passport and they asked me what I talked with Mike Huckabee about. Here's Tucker Carlson's exact quote here. Men who identified themselves as airport security took our passports, hauled our executive producer into a side room, then detained and demanded to know what we spoke to Ambassador Huckabee about. Carlson told the Daily Mail, it was bizarre. Now we're out of the country. Prior to the interview, Tucker Carlson posted this photo there at the airport. Anyway, Tucker has frequently criticized Israel, its military, and Gaza, and, was there to interview Mike Huckabee, the U.S. ambassador. So this shocked many people and made many people very angry, myself included. Because, of course, obviously, an American citizen has every right to interview an American ambassador without being harassed, cajoled, or threatened, especially by allies, right? Okay. What I covered yesterday was two things. What Tucker said and then the Israeli response, because the Israeli response, and this is the verified government account, foreign ministry, and then a bunch of other Israeli ambassadors and prime ministers are like, this account's trash, didn't happen. Okay? Israeli airport security. Contrary to reports, Tucker Carlson and his entourage were not detained, delayed, or interrogated. Carlson and his party were politely asked a few routine questions in accordance with the standards and procedures applied to the travelers. The conversation took place in a separate room with a VIP lounge solely to protect the privacy to avoid conducting such discussion in public. No unusual incident occurred. Israeli Airports Authority rejects the claim. Okay. We just want to be fair and cover both sides, and that just is what it is. Many people saying that Tucker was fearing for his life, that he might have been even killed in Israel, and, should never have gone to Israel, right? MTG freaking out and losing their minds. We won't tolerate this. And we just said, release the video. We said yesterday, release the footage. So here it is. Now it's been released. And you can judge for yourself. But I can tell you this, certainly doesn't seem threatening. The video, what you'll see in this video, let's play it, and I'll play it for you in just a second, but you'll see Tucker Carlson and Neil Patel, again, his business partner, speaking with one Israeli government agent who hands them back their documents, presumably their passports, and then takes a selfie with Tucker. Whoa. That's interesting. So what is this exactly? Here's the full clip, or at least the clip that's been released. So I advise you, this has been released to somebody. Ollie London, got nothing against this person. Somebody who is constantly banging on, about how great Israel is. Nothing wrong with that. People get on the payroll and social media influence, big industry. But this was released, and I would just say that it's just a 20-second clip. So I'm not saying that this is the full clip, but in this clip, what you can see is clearly the airport scanner. They're clearly inside of an airport. You can see on the wall a list of prohibited items you're not allowed to take into Israel. And you'll see a very friendly interaction instead of an intimidating interrogation. This is indistinguishable, heavy accented speak by the airport agent. Can you take my picture, he says. Picture taken by, again, Neil Patel, this Tucker's business partner. And Tucker gathers some of his things and then walks back, presumably to sort of check out and leave the country. Now, this is all that's been said. This is all that we have. So who knows what else? I'm saying that there could be other footage, but in this video, what this video shows, and it's going viral now, is that Tucker Carlson was treated quite friendly, in a very friendly manner by the airport security. That's what the video shows. I mean, dude, there's no other way to explain this. If you're being roughed up by a bunch of goons, I'm not going to ask you for selfies, most likely. So anyway, what's the internet saying about this? I'm sure you know. Wow, what the F is this, says Tim Pool. Ollie London, who broke the footage. Tucker Carlson's lies unmasked after he's seen hugging Israeli airport staff and posing for photos and selfies. Despite being detained and hauled off by security, Carlson appeared in great spirits. You can hear him laughing. Tel Aviv Ben Gurion, VIP airport, posing for photos with staff members. Tucker stopped for a selfie while being detained. What a clown he turned out to be. Tucker Smollett, people are calling him Tucker Thunberg. Wow, so not an international incident, really getting tired of the drama, vehicle for clout. This is now Meghan Markle quality, publicity setup. Tucker also chased through the streets of New York by dogged yet invisible paparazzi. Okay. Mike Huckabee joining in on sort of the dunking here. Laura Loomer saying that the Daily Mail writer of this story was somebody who worked for Tucker Carlson. Who used to work for Tucker Carlson. Mike Huckabee joining in. I don't like it. Of course, Tucker Carlson, Greta Thunberg's of Jesse Smollett. I don't like it. Blink twice if you're under duress, Tucker. My takeaway on this is this is what I called for. Just release the footage. So they released the footage. So how am I supposed to be angry at that? I can tell you this. Just doesn't seem like they've released all of it. But if this was all that happened, then it certainly doesn't seem particularly aggressive or out of the ordinary. So there we go. Problem solved. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Glad everyone is safe. We're glad nobody went to war. Okay? We know they like starting wars in this part of the earth. So very glad nobody went to war over this. Well done. I still, no matter what, look forward to Tucker's interview with Mike Huckabee. We'll be watching. See ya.